Hey guys, this is Hbkgrand from Dark Shinobis making a video about my Excalibur's build. Excalibur is one of the highest DPS warframes in the game. Most people go for making a build for the Exalted Blade, which is the fourth ability of Excalibur. So I will show you guys a build that even low ranking players can use for Exalted Blade. And after we have gone through that, I will show you guys an advanced version of the build later in the video. Now, if you do not have Excalibur and you did not pick it during the time of the tutorial where you choose your starter Warframe, or you accidentally deleted him, you can get him from the Pluto boss. So it is a difficult boss now after the update. So you will need a good team with you to go farm it. Otherwise, I think if it's still there, you could also get it from the Conclave by getting the Syndicate points for Teshin. And then you can trade in to get the Excalibur, but killing the Ambulus on Pluto would be a lot easier. So, and apart from that, if you guys are new to Warframe, you can check out my guide for modding Warframes to help you understand how the system works in Warframe, about polarization, about what the capacity is, how you're gonna level up your Warframe and all that kind of stuff. So it's there. I will share a link below. Now, moving on to the next step, I'm going to show you guys the abilities. So by pressing R2, you will come over here and you'll see the options of the abilities for the Warframes. So it applies to all the Warframes. So the passive ability for Excalibur is basically, if you are wielding a sword, you will do a lot of damage and you will attack faster. So that's the passive ability for Excalibur. The first ability is a slash dash. It counts as like an Exalted Blade doing a damage attack, but just for a quick second or for a brief second. So that's what slash dash is. A radial blind is one of the most used alongside with Exalted Blade. So it literally blinds the enemy and you can cause finisher damage on them. You can do a lot of damage while an enemy is either blind or invisible, regardless. So either way, it is a really cool ability to have. So the third one is Radial Javelin. It kind of shoots like a javelin out of Excalibur's hand and whatnot and attacks an enemy. For this build, it does about 2,640 damage. So like that's basically all about it. So you just shoot like javelins at the enemy. The fourth ability which we are going to be focusing on is the Exalted Blade, which summons a sword of pure light and immense power. So like as the thing suggests, it is actually the same thing. So it's like a sword. It looks like an electric bolt, but it does a lot of damage. Now, one thing before a lot of like nerfs over the 4 years Excalibur has gotten, the Exalted Blade alone could have done a lot of damage, but now you need to have a strong melee weapon equipped in order to do hefty damage. So I will show the difference when we get to the Similarum again, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So for the Exalted Blade, for this build, the damage is about 660. The blind range meter is 5, the blind duration is 7.98, and the energy per second is 2.35. So again, this is a regular build, so like you are using regular mods on this one, which are easily attainable for every single player in the game. So that way, like for now, just for now, it's gonna be like this. But then when you are like an advanced player, you have like all those rare mods or the prime ones or something like that, you can actually go for making a build better than this one. And I think my energy is like almost half what it is in this one. So if we go to the build section now, so the first build that I'm just gonna show you guys right now, and then I'll show you the other one later. So this is like an Exalted and Blade and Blind build. So for common players, so like if you're lower ranking players, all these mods that you see on the setup, they're easily attainable, or if you do not, like they're roughly worth like 5 to 10 platinum each. So apart from Blind Rage and Transient Fortitude, they will go for like 15 to 20 tops, but they are really easy to get in the game. So, and I will explain as I'm explaining the build, where to get them as well. Steel Charge is the best aura mod for Excalibur. You can use Growing Power for the players who are a little bit in the mid levels in the game now. So you can use Growing Power, but this one is actually more efficient on this. I don't need the power strength because I'm getting with the growing power, you're just getting a couple of 15 or 20% or 30% or something like that with your power boost because you're using power drift along the side. But with the melee damage, you're gonna get with the steel charge, you're gonna get about plus 60% melee damage, which is a lot. So the next one is the power drift. This is the Excalibur slot. So here I put ability strength. You could put other mods like cunning drift if you want for the range and whatnot, but I just put theirs to get the ability strength and the chance to resist knockdown. It is a really important thing to have. The next one is flow, which gives you a little bit of energy. Transient fortitude takes away a duration, but you could use like a rank 8 or a 7 one if you want to have ability strength and less decrease in the ability duration. Streamline, basically it's a ability efficiency, so the cast of an ability and then the usage of an ability, so like efficiency helps you out in that. Vitality gives you health. Now again, I tell everybody, if you're going to face against Corpus, you could just put a redirection there. If you're going to focus like Infested or Grenier, just put a Vitality there, so that will help you out. So, and then Blind Rage is ability strength, so you get a lot of it, so I would recommend going for like a level 7 or a level 8 Blind Rage again, so you don't lose a lot of efficiency. So I just put it there because I just want to get stuff done quickly, so but it's up to you, it's totally your choice. But the most efficient would be putting up like a level 7 or an 8 Blind Rage again. Now Blind Rage and Transient Fortitude, these two you get from vault runs in the Orokin dialect. So that's where you're gonna be getting them. If you want to, you need the dragon keys, and those are in the dojo. So you gotta go to the oracle room or something like that, and you get the BPs from there, or the solar rail rooms, I believe. So somewhere there. So if you are in a clan, you can go ask somebody in the dojo, hey, do you know where the dragon keys are? And you can buy them. They're like 500 credits each. And you make those keys using void fissures. Like they require void traces, 10 of each for the keys. Once you have that, you need the key for the derelict, and it takes like 4 people to go there. So apart from that, we have armored agility. Basically it's an armor mod, so it gives a little bit of armor, so survivability increases for Excalibur, and sprint speed as well. We have continuity, which gives him ability duration, and we have constitution, which is an alert mod, plus you can get in nightmare missions as well, which is ability duration and faster recovery from a knockdown. So this is basically like a common build for Excalibur, and with this build I will show you guys, like I haven't equipped a melee weapon just so I could show you guys. So just pick any relay that you can go to, Earth or Venus or which one. I'm just gonna go to the Cooper one because it's usually like a little bit more calmer than the rest. Now once you're in the relay, you're gonna press the option and you're gonna go fast travel, then you're gonna go to Cephalon Cimeris. Now here you need 50,000 syndicate points for the Cephalon in order to get the Similarum key. Once you have that, you have access to this area. So we're gonna go in here. Once you're in here, I'm gonna quickly pick some energy so I could show you guys, like, and I'm gonna go with this. I'm just gonna pick this Ancient Healer, put it to level 150, and show you guys what I mean. So let's put the AI and that right there. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna check out an Exalted Blade. Now if you check right here, okay, this is the extent of attack that I can do to with this build right now. It is a strong attack. I am killing it a lot. Like if you see, I killed it, but you saw how long it took. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna equip a melee weapon. I shared an Orthos build, so once I share other builds like for the swords and whatnot, you can use it. So I am gonna go share an Orthos build. I'll show you guys that I'm using the common one, basically right here. So we're gonna just use this common build, and if you want to know the entire build, you guys can see it in the, I will share a link for it as well. So once we are in here, let's go check this out. So this is a level 150. Now to do increased damage, you're gonna equip your melee weapon first. So you gotta hold triangle. Let's see, we go to the Exalted Blade. couple of shots and he's dead. So same thing, let's try it with a Grenier. So that's a level 150 Eximus Grenier. And we're gonna go Exalted Blade, and if you see that right there, you can see how fast we killed a level 150 with this. And finally, it's gonna be one of those Eximus. So let's see, we're gonna go for the Eximus. I'm gonna, well, we don't need energy. As you can see, we're not using a lot of energy for it, but that's still there. So that's an Eximus right there. I'm gonna go Exalted Blade, and that is gone. Few hits. So with the equipment of melee weapon, you could see how fast you can grow. Now I'm gonna show you guys the Excalibur Pro build in a way you could say it. So I'll show you guys the difference between the Exalted Blade for the common and everything else. So I still have a Steel Charge. I put up a Cunning Drift. Now here I have Prime Flow, obviously Prime mods. So, and a Prime Continuity, that's like the major difference you're gonna see in this. Apart from that, I've used Narrow-Minded. So I don't have, like, I kind of gave up a little bit on my range, but I just want to keep Narrow-Minded there. Then I have Blind Rage, Transient Fortitude, Redirection. Again, you can change this for your to Vitality if you're going against Infested and Grenier, and you can leave it as it is, like as Redirection for if you want to kill the Corpus. So, and apart from that, I did attach a little bit stretch because of one reason, and I'll show you guys why. So it will be doing the same kind of stuff, so a little bit more. So if I show you guys I'm gonna just focus on Exalted Blade here. And in the previous one, I had over 2.4 or 2.3 something energy per second usage. Here, because of the changing in the Prime mods and whatnot, I have actually 1.45 seconds of usage of energy per second. So it helps out a lot. The difference I'm going to show you guys here is what you do is you're going to come over here, do a Radial Blind, and if you go Exalted Blade, you're going to see a little bit of a difference. I killed him in one hit. So that's what you could basically do. You could even try this with the regular build that I showed you. Now I'm going to show you guys about the Grenier, and here you're going to see if you do the same thing. And if you do a blind to these guys and you go behind them, one shot kill to the Grenier as well. So it's going to do the same thing if we go do the Infested. So let's try out the Infested. We're gonna go blind and we're gonna go dead. One shot. So you can do this the entire time. That's how people go and do higher level missions. But if you put all three of them there, I'm gonna just put all three. Eximus and Exalted Blade will show you guys how it works. And all three of them gone like that and gone like that. Basically that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys liked this video, and if you want to know about the Orthos build, there will be a link below as well, so you guys can check that out. It has like for players who are low ranked to all the way for a pro build as well. So if you have any questions, any comments, you can leave it in the section below. I would be happy to answer them. And please like and subscribe. This is Hbkgrand signing out. Have a good one, guys.